Well, first of all, good evening, Henderson Democrats. How's everyone doing? Well, I have to tell you, I'm really, really tickled to be here tonight. When I look out at this room and I see seats filled with people, I think back to when Bill and I first moved here in 2001 and wanted to get engaged, wanted to become active in the community. And Bill asked the question, where do we go to meet Democrats in Henderson? And people said, there aren't any. And Bill said, you know, that's kind of ridiculous because of course there are Democrats in Henderson. The Speaker of the Assembly at the time was a Democrat from Henderson. And it took a couple of years, but Bill worked with Richard Perkins, and that, lo and behold, the Henderson Democratic Club was found. I was proud to be the very first secretary and serve on the board of this organization in various capacities for several years. And I'm proud of the work that we've done as a club, helping elect Democrats up and down the ballot. I can tell you, going back years of activism that I've done in this community to help elect Democrats. And it's been important in several ways. Some of the things that we've done have, by the people that we've elected, like Dina Titus, like Joyce Woodhouse, like, gosh, you can just run it up and down, including people in our municipal elections, have really made a difference in our day-to-day lives. I've also worked on issues. I'm proud that I've done things like host the very first choice affair in Nevada for Planned Parenthood, preserving and helping to protect women's rights. I think that's something that's very important. I've done things taken a leadership position in helping get domestic partnership passed in Nevada, sharing my personal stories with the legislature, both in committee and in testifying and on the floor of the Assembly. I have to tell you that one of the things that was really hurtful for me was that when I ran for Assembly last time as an incumbent, representing, you know, a large chunk of Henderson that was Republican, including the neighborhood where Mr. Ivey lives, people kind of said to me, you know, Ellen, you've been so out there fighting for your constituents, don't you think that's going to hurt you? And I said, you know, it could hurt me. It could hurt me to have the support of labor. It could hurt me to have teachers behind me because I fight for them. Except that's a price that I have to be willing to take because I have to be myself and I have to do what's right for my constituents and the people of the state of Nevada. And as we all know, it was not really a good time a couple of years ago for incumbent Democratic women in Henderson. You know, sadly, Dina lost her race, Joyce lost her race, I lost my race. And during the last couple of years, it's been killing me to be sitting on the sidelines. I watch what's going on and I say, and I'm like pulling my hair out. I'm yelling at the TV, I'm yelling at the newspaper, I'm yelling at Bill. You know, just because he's there. And I was doing things that I could do to try and help. So whereas as an assemblywoman, I was able to go to the city of Henderson and say, you know, my constituents are hurting and they need jobs. So work with me, let's put together entrepreneur fairs to get people the resources they need so they can create jobs for themselves and help themselves. I suddenly became a nice lady with some good ideas. And that kind of hurts. It kind of hurts when you've got the drive to do something, the ideas to do something, the creativity to get things done and improve the lives of everyday Nevadans. And people say, well, you know, you can't do that. So as you all know, because I know almost everybody in the room, so I'm not going to go through too much of my background, you know, like my degree from Cornell, and that I'm a small business owner, that I brought the Weather Channel online and just done all sorts of things that I'm sure y'all know. So instead I'm going to talk about some of the other things I've done. And let's see, during the redistricting process, one of the things that I did was I fought for the women in the state, and I went around and spoke to women's groups throughout the state to talk about preserving incumbent women's seats and doing everything that we could so that women wouldn't be penalized. It became an issue for the Nevada Women's Lobby. It was part of Grassroots Lobby Days. And I was really pleased overall that women did not fare too badly. But as you all know, my last campaign was really kind of rough. And when the lines came out and they were redrawn, I looked at the lines and I said, you know what, I really want to go back, but I also really, really want to take out Mark Sherwood. Because it was bad enough to lose. Okay, you know, losing, not good. It was bad enough to lose, but I lost to somebody who wound up getting ranked as the worst legislator in the Assembly. So it wasn't even like I lost to somebody who did a good job. So it was really painful. So I looked at the lines, and the weekend that the lines came out from the Special Masters was my anniversary weekend. And I'm just sharing this story with you guys. Some of you know it, some of you don't. And I looked at the lines, and I saw what the lines were for the 21st district, and I said, gosh, you know what? I can do this. I called out to Bill, and I said, oh, honey, and that's never a good thing when I do that. And he said, what? And I said, I know what I want for my anniversary. And he said, what's that? I said, I want a house in the 21st district. Because our house had been moved out of it. So what wound up happening was that Mark Sherwood, a lot of people felt he was the worst legislator in the Assembly. So he wound up not running. And then some other people said to me, what about looking at 20? If you're going to move anyway, look at running in 20. It still has a lot of your old constituents. It still has a big chunk of Henderson. You know everybody. You can contribute. You can do things. And Bill and I moved and have been in Henderson for 11 years, have been active in the community for 11 years. And I wanted to go back to Carson City and have the ability to take my creative ideas and my hard work and help make things better for all Nevadans. Thank you.